says, please wait. We are wait. And now I can't get out of it to just record it normally. Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
it looks like I hadn't added a destination, but I thought they were already in there.
Two different times.
These ones or those ones? Or was it?
It might have been these ones, but it was like a. So that's good.
Yeah. So my lights flicker a lot. That's another way that my guides talk to me. And so Ashley was telling me that my lights were flickering when I was closing my eyes a few times.
Because you did it twice.
Oh,
Twice.
It happened during both times.
And it happened during both times. So usually a lot of times when I have visitors, they do flicker.
right.
And it's not like a regular
Flicker.
Like, no, it's not one where like your light bulbs are going out, because that's different than what this is.
You know, Ashley.
Oh, see, it just did it again. Did you see it?
Yeah, and I actually was thinking, I needed a few people to
Oh dear.
to speak of more kind of like, you know, like I like my spiritual stuff that I help with, like just like
yeah, I actually, when I speak to people, I let them know how grateful, thankful, appreciative I was of you when my mom was passing, because I got to a place where I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know who else to ask, and you came over there to the house, not ask. I mean, you just did it. Like, it wasn't even like a thought in your mind. You just came over and you would sit with her and you read with her and you do your
the energy work.
Yeah, you would do. And remember, she, like, at first I was just like, I don't know how she's gonna, and she was super receptive. She was super open to it. She loved having you come over.
Yeah.
And so when I speak of you and I talk to others about you, that is something that you will always hold very special in my heart, because that meant a lot to me, because you helped my mom. And I don't know how I would have gotten through those last days with her if it wasn't for you.
Oh, come here. You come over here.
That
I know that. Sorry, we're not trying to be.
It's beautiful.
I'm going to do a fun trial on hugs. And
the power of hugs.
Yes.
The power of touch.
Yes. That's one of the things I want to work on and add to my subscription, as, like, you know, people getting like, oh, I need to get on, I need to see what happened, or who did she hug, or, you know, like something fun, right?
Okay, so can I just back up? Are we launching your? No, I'm just asking questions. Is this for your Amazon stuff?
Yeah.
And when she says live, is it going to be live on Amazon?
They
have videos that pop up when people are like trying on clothes, like clothes hauls. They'll have a live that'll pop up that you can click and watch as they're doing it. Is that what you're doing right now?
No, this is just a live for the Facebook, right, Crystal?
Yes, it is. Yes. And I am ready now, so I can try again to start streaming. We'll see if it works this time. I had to reconnect it. Let's see. Your destination is blocking your streaming request. Okay. We are going to just record it now.
Okay.
I will close it. We're just going to record it and then I will upload.
You have a lot of people reach
All
out
right,
to you.
start recording. All right, we are live. Welcome, everyone. I have the great honor and pleasure to introduce you to the author of Sacred Kitchen, Briana Brianchi. I'm sorry. Your book is launching today, and I'm just so excited to talk to you so you can share with everyone what makes this cookbook so special to you and to those who are going to read it.
Yes. So the Sacred Kitchen cookbook is a lot of my familiarized famous food items in my cookbook. So I'm giving away like my heart and joy and things I've worked on for a long time. And I'm doing it because I want others to find joy in cooking. And it's not just about cooking, but it's about being in the moment, listening to your intuition. And this book will help others to be in the mood, to listen to their soul, and just really get in the moment of being in their energy and how their energy affects and goes into what they're cooking. And so there are a lot of poems, all different kinds of things to say, to talk to your food, to pray for your food, to really help others heal. And all of it is through energy. And I just want to share with others what I have learned. And I had a hard time trying to decide what I wanted to do. I love cooking, but I love energy work and helping others and growing. And with this cookbook, I have combined both of those things. So, yeah, I am really excited to share my book with everyone.
So it is live on Amazon right now. So you can go and type in Sacred Kitchen and the book will come up. When I read this book, Briana, I just felt like I'm not somebody who loves cooking. It's something that I have to do every night, more or less, to put food on the table for my kids after a long work day. And it's like, oh my God, what do I make today? So it's not something that I enjoy doing necessarily. But when I read your book, I was like, oh, I can, if I just change my mindset around this, or if I just play, your joy for cooking just inspired me to approach it differently. And actually, my kids noticed that week when I was reading your book for the first time, said, "Oh, Mom, you're experimenting."
Yes. And you know what is great about the cookbook is that you can follow my recipes, but I encourage everyone to add their own flavor, their own way, to make it their own way. This is my way, but use some of the basics to learn to cook the way that you are inspired to cook in that moment. Every time can be different, but you're going to be inspired by different ingredients, just depending on what you're cooking. So yeah, I don't want people just to copy my recipes. I want them to make it their own. And these are the basics that to start from.
Exactly. And it's such a unique way in which you've put it together. And that message really comes across in the interludes of how how do we listen to our guides in the kitchen? How do they speak to us? What is there a certain ingredient that falls off the shelf or that you don't have, so you have to replace it, and you randomly just pick something similar, and it's those synchronicities that then also help us to trust our intuition more. So I'm almost feeling like it could, because it's an activity that we're doing, an everyday activity. And if we're which you're inviting us, bringing that mindfulness to it, stepping really, as you said earlier so beautifully, stepping into that presence, being in that present moment and fully present with the food, that it,
Yes.
that it can ignite within us a confidence that we are in fact hearing our guides, and we are intuitive, and this is something we can practice and learn through cooking and through being in the kitchen.
Yes.
Do you have an example from, like, I know you share this in the book, but what inspired your love for cooking, and when was it that you noticed that energy plays a part, like your state of being, our state of being plays a part in the taste in the food?
Yes. So all of a sudden, the more that I started to work with the energy, and I would sing and dance when I'm cooking. And I noticed that the happier I was when making meals for others, they would reply and tell me, "Oh my gosh, that was wonderful." And I'm like, "What? really? No, like I know it's good, but was it really that good? So then I started questioning things as I do to try to understand everything. And then I started to put it together, and I realized it was the mood I was putting. And so then I also would just put unconditional love, and I would speak that into my food. I would feel that into my food, and it just I don't know if I've heard anything bad. Maybe someone wouldn't tell me, but it's amazing what words and energy can do. Not just for the food, but for anything that you do. It's transferable.
Yeah, exactly. And Dr. The Emoto's water experiments come to mind, where when we're blessing the water, the molecules change. So there's scientific evidence and proof that what you're sharing is not just your personal experience, but a scientific proof behind it as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there anything else you would like to share with somebody listening about your book and about this special day?
Yeah. If you are looking to shake some things up, if you're looking to find a little bit of more unconditional love, you'll find that in here. I also have poems that you can recite to give yourself love, for those that are grieving, all different other ones that really impact you and can really change you and how you feel. And so it's not just a cookbook. It's full of unconditional love. It's energy. It's beautiful words that speak to you, to your food, to healing others all around. And it helps you to create self-love for yourself as well. So you need to find something that you enjoy. And if you don't enjoy cooking, you can start to enjoy cooking through the cookbook.
I can attest to that. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
And if we don't enjoy, like if it's a chore rather than a joy, then bringing this cookbook into your kitchen is a powerful way of transitioning and transforming that, because why wouldn't we make it fun, right? And so you're really
Yes.
igniting something. You've ignited something in me to be more playful in the kitchen. It's like, I might be tired, but I can get some energy if I change my mind, and
Yes.
I can read a poem, and I can be inspired by the energy that sparks off the page of your cookbook, because
Yes.
your energy and your love and your passion for the food is in the cookbook, and it's really represented. And the photos in the book are all from your recipes.
Yes.
What you have cooked. It's very authentic, and that's another beautiful thing that I love about this book. So yes, go to Amazon, grab your Kindle copy right now. Paperback's coming out next week, and tell Briana what changed for you in your cooking. I think that's really, would love to see. Share in the comments your relationship to food, and if this conversation and her approach may be shifting and changing something for you, so that we can have more love in our foods, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And therefore more love in our lives. So thank you so much, Briana, for birthing this book, for finally gifting us your unique combination of passions and joy, so that we can have, and in doing so, bringing more joy to all of those reading it. I really appreciate what you've created. Grab her book, Sacred Kitchen, on Amazon right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful. How did you feel that went?
I mean, I felt pretty good. I think I did better than I think I normally would have. And Ashley had helped me a little bit, prompt some words for me too.
Oh, that's nice.
Your light flickered twice while you were doing that.
Did it?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think doing that more often too, just speaking in front of people and really listening and sending the energy as I'm speaking. You've helped me a lot, just so you know, just doing this today.
That's good.
Yes.
Yay. All right. So I'll share a link with you once it's uploaded to YouTube so you can share it. I'll also put it in our folder so you have the original and you can do
Okay.
with it what you want. Repurpose it, share it today, and we'll stay in touch. Remind me the launch. When did you want to do the launch party now?
The 27th.
27th. Yes,
Yeah.
same time. Let me just pop it in my calendar right now.
I was actually thinking 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock works. Let me.
Yeah. Okay.
She says, let me just check my calendar.
Yeah.
Where is it?
8 o'clock a.m. or p.m.
PM.
Okay, good.
AM.
On Saturday.
27th.
Yep.
Okay, that'll be my Sunday. At what time? So, yeah, that can work. So 8 p.m. Eastern, yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, I can do that.
And then I'll make another Facebook event, and then I will also go into other groups and get
share it there.
Yes.
Yeah. Why don't you
know
come to a
why
couple of networking events? Have you
Okay.
ever gone networking and telling people what you're doing?
Yes, I have. Now, when was the last time? I can't exactly say, but I do have this Saturday. I'll be at a pumpkin patch, so I will be advertising then, and hopefully also get like a sneak peek of the Sacred Living with Briana as well. Get them to know that there's more things coming.
Mm-hmm. Great.
So
Yeah, and then reach out to at least 5 people from Authentic Living.
okay.
Ask them if they can share the Facebook event. Did you say, were you using Eventbrite to create an event to get registrations, or how are you?
Did I need to do that? I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's what I do. All right.
Crystal,
So,
I'm not good at this stuff.
Where are you sending them once they're on Facebook?
I just send it out to Facebook, and then I think I just go live on Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Well, let's get them into a group room like this. Don't go live, just go live. No. So you need a Zoom link. So
Gotcha.
I'm happy to use this room for us to do this, and then I can record it as well. So you have a recording of it. So what you need to do, create the Zoom event, but I would like them to need to sign up so that you have email addresses so you can continue marketing to them.
Okay.
So therefore, this link sits behind. That's why I use Eventbrite, and I set up an event on Eventbrite. It can be free, but then you send everybody to Eventbrite to register, and then when they register, they get this link. It's a little bit, it's a little bit of setup. It'll take you half an hour to create it and to figure it out, but that way you have email addresses. That way you can send out reminders, 2 days to go, 1 day to go, 1 hour to go, and then that increases the show up rate. Because if it's just on Facebook Live, it's not a proper event. People don't really experience you. They can't interact with you. They can't ask questions in the way they can in a room like this.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So recreate your Facebook event, put that description on Eventbrite, and then where to go. It's a virtual event, and then use my link. That's at the top in the URL right now.
Okay.
We can have it here.
Okay.
All right. And then you reach out to at least 5 people from Authentic Living, tell them that this is happening, and would they be willing to share? Maybe you have a post about the launch party with the link to Eventbrite, and you tell them, hey, would you mind sharing this to your community? Would you mind sharing my post?
Okay.
Would you mind inviting some of your people to come to this? Are you free? Can you come? Can you join us? Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have time to just be a bit just being proactive and just reaching out? And
yes,
got
after today, I
yeah.
had a lot of crazy emotions happening, and then I was just fine after I let it all out, and I said, "That's it. I need to stop. I need to come into my power." Like
Yes.
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 So
And now you know why there's this unconscious hesitancy
yes.
or hesitance. You can talk to your inner child. You can say, no, we're going to be fine. In the people who yes, of course, the more visible we either attract and we repel. It's like the positive, negative. But the people who repel usually don't tell you about it. They just leave. It's not like in the old times, those who are repelled are going to persecute and kill you. It
Yeah,
doesn't
that's true.
happen like that anymore. And I also feel, there's some people who say, unless you get attacked, you're not too polarizing enough. I don't believe in that. You can create your own reality. I choose to create a reality where if I'm showing up, yes, there might be people who don't agree with me or might not like me or even might be jealous, right?
Mhm.
So there's negative attention coming in many different ways. But if you're coming from this beautiful love that you are, it's nothing to attack. You can't attack love. Love can meet love, right?
Yes.
And if it does, it just kind of bounces off again. And you stay in your love bubble, in your space, in your zone.
Mhm.
And if they do, they might just be testing your boundaries, and you know that you're in integrity. And I mean, what can they say? Oh, I never thought you were. Yeah, I'm still cooking for you. I'm still doing all the things I'm doing. I'm just adding I'm expanding, I'm growing. That
Mhm.
must be a good thing.
Yes.
Yes. Amazing. All right. Well, you go celebrate. I know, like
Okay.
we're going to celebrate properly on the launch party. That's what I feel. Today was, I don't want to call it a dress rehearsal because it's still out, and you are becoming visible today. Like this is the breakthrough. Today's the breakthrough,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
And that's the celebration of the launch today. I'm going to extend the launch. It's like for the entire time until the launch party. Yes. And after that, the price will go up.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So that's another thing you can share, buy your book now because after the launch party, the price will go up.
Okay.
Okay. I think you've got this. Any questions? I'm on Facebook.
I don't think so.
No, I'm not on Facebook. I will, if you have any questions, go and message me on Facebook.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
All right, then. Enjoy the
Okay.
rest of your night and get that banner up.
Thanks.
I'll be
You
checking
too.
up on you.
Okay.
All right.
All
Bye,
right. Bye.
Briana. Bye. introduce you to the author of Sacred Kitchen, Brianchi. I'm sorry. Your book is launching today, and I'm just so excited. So if you share with everyone what makes the book so special to you and to those who are going to read it.
Yes. So the Sacred Kitchen cookbook is a lot of my familiarized famous food items in my cookbook. So I'm giving away like my heart joy and things I've worked on for a long time.
already? Oh, she's early. Hang on, I didn't.
Backwards.
Hello.
Hi.
Just looking why my camera is not coming on. That's really strange. Hang on. There we are.
There we
How
are.
are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's been a big couple of weeks for me. Yeah.
On a positive way?
I think so. Yeah, it's just been a lot. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes and yes. Yes and not so much yes, but yeah. There's always life stuff, but on the whole, it's been good. Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
So
I'm glad because
apologies. I
last
realized that
week
when I
was some.
sent you, sorry.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
I realized that the email that I sent you bounced. I'm wondering whether it's because you mistyped it in when you popped it. Potentially either that or something else weird happened, but you didn't receive the email that I sent you asking to reschedule because it bounced for
Gotcha.
whatever reason.
I did
Yeah.
get the reminders. I did
Yes. Yeah.
get
Well, they're
those, but I
automated.
didn't get the.
Yeah. Anyway, we're here now, so thank you.
Right.
Yeah, so you were curious about the corporate to calling book, to seeing whether there was a fit, but also wondering how it could work because the investment wasn't something that you were willing to look at. So
Not at
let's
this point
have
in
a chat.
time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because life has been here too. And some unexpected costs popped up over the summer. We had the pine beetle hit our trees. And so we've been working all summer, actually since March, to kind of get it in order. And so we've had some unexpected what are those expenses?
Mm. Yeah, life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, no, that
And in the
I hear you.
meantime, I've had the summer, the clientele dropped off. So it
Oh,
was kind
really?
of all outgoes and no incomes. But now that
Mm.
everybody's back in school, we're good. However, now so I live in Evergreen, Colorado, and I don't know if it made the world news, but we had a school shooting a week ago, and so I'm actually donating a portion of my time to working with therapists and first responders to kind of help them release some of that trauma and anxiety. So that's been a big thing this last week.
Mhm. Wow, yeah, that's good that you are able to or feeling called to support and to jump in. I did hear it on a YouTube from somebody who was in the US because it made the US news, and so she mentioned it on in her channel. Yeah, it keeps on going, hey, and then more stuff happening after the assassination, and it's just crazy.
It is. It's wild, and I knew that September 11th was going to be a powerful energy day because I had heard about there's a kind of an obscure, rare alignment that historically affects it. It was during the French Revolution in the 18th century, the end of the 18th century, and then the Civil War, American Civil War during the 19th. But because of the alignment, the way it is now, we only got that energy for one day, which was September 11th.
Right.
But apparently it hit us, I think 12 hours early.
Yeah, maybe they
But
didn't want
then
to just align it quite so much to set 9/11, right?
yeah,
Like,
right, that would have been too much.
Exactly. The
Yeah.
synchronicity would have just been too obvious for too many more people.
Yeah. Right. Well, I found it interesting. I don't know how much you heard, and I have kept my head down with the details of the event last Wednesday, but it started at 12:34 p.m. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4 on 9/10. I was like, yeah, okay. I don't know what time the other one was, but that's the one I know here. So it's all there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I watched Elizabeth April's remote viewing of the event. That's how I heard about your shooting as well. Yeah, that's pretty much. And
Yeah.
I'm not diving too deeply into it. I mean, it's enough. I'm aware that it's all orchestrated, and that's probably all I need to know. We can go deep
Exactly.
down the rabbit hole
Right.
and watch everything everybody says, but yeah, I simply haven't had the opportunity or chance or time or chose not to. Yeah. So tell me
Yeah.
firstly, let's talk about in terms of the content and how you would see this book fitting into the work that you're doing, how you would see it supporting you. So we are launching on the 21st of November, which is a week before Black Friday. So I've deliberately done that so people can combine book launch offerings with their Black Friday offerings, but we're also jumping the queue and we're not interfering with everybody else on Black Friday. So we're slightly earlier. In terms of
Nice.
writing,
Good
it's
plan.
4 weeks starting now, pretty much. So the first meeting was 2 days, 2 days ago. But that's not, it wouldn't be too late to still jump in. I'm talking to, I think, 1 or 2 other people. So from that's sort of the practical things. And then the writing deadline is mid-October, I think on the 13th or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I think what my kind of twist or what I would bring to it is the sensitive view, right? Being that highly sensitive person in the corporate world, and um, following and being authentic to yourself, and kind of how scary it can be to because corporate world really does provide a lot of safety. It also provides a lot of standardization, um, which we sensitives don't necessarily fit into. And so that kind of struggle of I think that's how it would turn out. Um, but there's another side to it that I've been pondering in that we do need sensitives in the corporate world to soften and kind of de-standardize those rigid and expectations. And I think we're already seeing that, at least here from what I understand. We've got a lot of people that are working remotely. They're working on their own schedules. There's more of a work-life balance. I don't know about the corporations that I worked for. Um, I worked for General Mills when I was in high school, and then I did work for a software development company, which in the 90s and the millennium turnover, and we were starting to get to that remote. We were working remotely in the 90s, and they
Oh, wow.
were more amenable and understanding and all of that. But like, yeah, you can work from home for a week while you recover, but I need you in Indianapolis at 8 a.m. Monday morning, hell or high water. You just got to do it. So
Yeah.
there is some. So yeah, I'm my focus is still a little fuzzy on what I would actually talk about or write about, but it would be something about the sensitive in that corporate culture, um, and being as authentic as you can, if that means taking that leap on your own or staying.
Because that's what you did, right? You eventually left, or did you have 2 feet, 1 foot in each camp for a very long time? How was that for you? Because weren't you in academia as well? Like you've got the PhD.
Yeah, I did that after I left.
Right. Okay.
I left corporate world pretty much 2012.
Okay.
Excuse me, but actually from like 2003 to 2012, I was consulting. So, and I was kind of part-time jumping in here and there and consulting for Western Union and Kaiser Permanente and those kinds of companies. Um, but then in 2012, um, I was like, that's when it opened up for me.
Hmm.
And that's when I said I can't do corporate anymore. So I started doing like retail jobs and taking kind of those kind of jobs in order to keep the bills paid and stuff like that.
Hmm. And then your gifts opened up and developed, and
And
then
then
you did the PhD. Is that when you went back to study?
yeah, yeah, in 2017 I left working for anybody else and just strictly did dog and house sitting. And that's when I started jumping into learning more and I went back to school and I got my PhD. It really was for me getting that PhD was the key for me. I always, even when I was in college, was like, I want letters at the end of my name. I just needed, it didn't matter if it was Esquire or FRS or PhD. I just wanted, and once I got those note letters at the end of my name, it was like, you know what? That was the kind of, unfortunately, I needed that outward confidence
Yeah.
um, to prove to myself that I really did know what I was talking about.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And then for the ones, so in terms of the audience or the reader that we have, it's probably somebody who's in corporate but dissatisfied or not quite sure what's the next step. And of course, it's all the, excuse me, the people that are coming from the other contributors, who a lot of them do still have clients in corporate. So that's who the readership is. So I'm just looking at what is your message to the reader, like the core message that you would want to share.
It would really be to stay true and to your authentic self.
Hmm.
And following that pull, that soul. If it's corporate world for me was literally constricting, like the clothes I still cringe at. I'm like, I can't breathe in that suit anymore. um I was just like, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
And so it would really be to eat to at the very core to be authentic and to take the time to find out about yourself and what is it that about corporate world that you don't like and what is it that you do like, because like I
Mhm.
said, there are pros and cons to both of it. I mean, it's the only place I know that you can get benefits anymore. And that can be important. So it really is a matter of finding out who you are and what's important to you and following that authentic path.
Yes, yes. And then how would it link into your offerings, like the work that you're doing now that makes you money?
Well, I would be speaking to primarily the sensitives. I could
Mm,
actually pull in some of the historic corporate sensitives that I've done research on, actually.
that's a yes,
And we
that would
could
be a
pull
great
in,
idea.
right? Like I could pull in Walt Disney and Steve Jobs and
Mhm.
Howard Hughes as examples of Walt Disney is a great one. He was an absolutely highly sensitive, and we could kind of show how him following his being his authentic self really kind of grew into this empire, and he created literally his own worlds in the
He
theme parks
did.
and in his
Yes.
corporate, right? And that really came from all of his inspiration, his intuition, and his imagination. And he
Yeah.
did let it get away from him um, after the strike, but it really started with the sensitivity and that drive that he had. So we could pull in some of those examples.
Mm. Hmm. Yeah, no, that would make it really,
It
really
still feels a little
fascinating.
scattered. I- Yeah, it still feels kind of scattered for me, so um I don't have a good feel for it. What are you how what's your feeling of how I can of what I can bring to the table that your your
I
other
think the
co-authors
sensitives in
need?
corporate, that's something that would be definitely your unique contribution. Um, be authentically you. Probably everybody is saying that, because that is the core
I would think so.
message, to courageously follow who we are. So it needs to be grounded in more than
Mhm.
that. Like it needs to, you need to come to it from a specific angle, which you have. Um, yeah, I'm still wondering how this will then benefit your business, when it comes to launch day. What is the what is the funnel that you're moving them into? What would be the, like, would you help them, like, would they get a Reiki session? Would you help them uncover an aspect of how to be truly themselves and embody that, how to truly get to know themselves through the offerings, the Reiki and the channeling that you do? Like, I remember, yeah, it was, yeah, we had different elementals coming in for me when we did it, I remember. Um, but then it's just, how does that help someone? Like, what is the general thing that you tell people, like, in terms of the promise that you give them when they come to you to a session? You will receive, like, what's the transformation that you currently provide?
Okay, so what I do is I ensure that they get the energy and guidance that they need in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and usually you may recognize this, but it's some kind of, like, whether it's relaxation so that their body can restore, or it's some kind of uncovering for them. Like we learned with you how you connect with those galactic fairies, right?
Yes,
And how
yes,
much fairy energy you really do carry.
yes.
And so it's guidance like that. And what it really boils down to is validation and a sense of being seen, that their authentic self is seen.
Mm.
And so and what I have discovered is, even in those 90 minutes or 60 minutes, um, that seems to be a lot for some people, especially sensitives, especially when they're on the fence about making a decision, because they're like, I'm not crazy. I'm not making it up. This is real.
Yes,
This is who I
yes.
am, right? And so I think that's really my the gift that I offer is validation and being seen.
Absolutely. Yeah, because I wanted to just hear it in the words, so that it then makes sense how we can then link it to the readers that are going to read the book, who are in some stage of turmoil or questioning, and that guidance, and that will definitely be of value, so you can create something for them to, move into at the end of your chapter, and share the work that you're doing now and
It
how you have made that shift from. Yeah, because it's a gradual journey, and I think I've heard that many times. You're in corporate, you become a fractional consultant somehow, or a consultant. So you're still in corporate but by yourself, and then eventually kind of moving fully into your own work, and some stay in fractional, of course. But yeah, so that seems to be the journey, and the fact that there's no black and white is also something that I'm and that it doesn't have to be a cutoff, but it's a gradual evolution, which I think is also important for people to know, because it's not like this idea of the overnight success, etc. So we don't. It's not
Right.
just
Yeah,
happening.
like
It's
even
a process that goes over years sometimes.
yeah, so if we take Disney, um, he was a very small little, I mean, I think it was three guys, his brother, a friend, and himself doing one of the first movies. And um his the big movie that they took on, I think it was Pinocchio, and it was scheduled to come out right at the beginning of the Second World War. And so there was a lot, and it surprised them. They were nervous and on the fence. His brother was his money manager, his accountant, and he was like, "Dude, we got to get this out. This is, we're losing money, and if this movie doesn't make money, we're done." And now we know that Pinocchio was a huge hit, and that really gave them the financing to build those offices and to hire those in-betweeners and build and really start to create. But that's also for when in the 50s Walt Disney starts really doubting himself. And he would come in one day and tell his animators, Snow White needs to look like this. And then he would come in another day and say, no, Snow White needs to look like this. And it was that fear of questioning himself. So it is truly a journey, and it is a gradual evolution. I love the word evolution because it really is. It really is that, and we are seeing the society, humanity really evolve right now as well. And that's why it's so painful, because it's so slow.
Yes, 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 yes. So much resistance or bypassing. I feel like a lot of the spiritual community are just bypassing big time,
Yeah.
and that doesn't
Yeah.
help. Yeah. All right. So now that we understand what you would contribute and how it will benefit you and your business, there has to be some exchange, because I will incur costs for the editing and my VA who is project managing. So I just wonder what like, it doesn't have to be the full one, and maybe you go for the smaller package so you have 2,000 words, which would not be very much, and it would literally be an overview of your journey, sharing some of the some of the historics, and then how you help others now to become true in who they are, and in the work that you're doing now. So it would literally be like it's like there wouldn't be much zooming in, I think, in terms of the storytelling where you really get to paint a picture, but it would give
Yeah.
2,000 words is enough to give a comprehensive overview and zoom in a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that, because I usually I do about 1,000 words per person when I'm doing in my intuition historic
Okay.
sensitive people. So I could do, obviously cut that down and do like a third of each.
Yeah, if you can, even if you get just two historic figures in and your journey, so it's spread between with the three, with you beginning and end. Or maybe
Yeah.
it could be the literal through line of, how you started in corporate, fractional, like, as a consultant, studying, and then as what comes out of the study then goes into I wanted to understand other sensitives, and that was my study and my work. And here's an example, and then you go into them, and then you go back to what you're doing now. So it's actually very linear and easy. Like it's a straightforward structure.
Right. I do like structure. I know that doesn't sound very sensitive, but I do appreciate that.
Yeah, because otherwise you'll just
So
fly
how
all over
much
the
would,
place, right?
yeah, I could go on. Yeah. So what does that package look like?
So that one, the official package is $997, and
Okay.
I have one lady who said both my kids need braces, and they're like $10,000 and blah blah blah. And she's okay, look, let's just spread it out. So what she is doing is like she's literally. I mean, I'm not going to tell you who it is because that would not be fun. But I'm telling you what it is so that I had one lady once giving me $65 a week for a year, and I had another. So that sort of thing, right? That or even like that was Australian. So yeah, like it could be less for you, like just the tiniest, whatever you don't whatever you hardly notice would be the thing. would be what I'm saying, right? And then
Okay, so we can stretch it out.
yeah, totally. Like you can think about how far can we stretch it? Like how far do you need it? Like I'm literally willing to like do $50 however often, like just stretch it. Because I trust you, and it'll just come in, and I'll hardly notice the difference, but you hardly notice the difference. But over the whole process it will still be
I,
done, right? And it will still be yeah.
right, right. It's a fair exchange.
Yeah, that would feel really fair, and yeah, and
And
that
could we do
yeah.
it over Zelle?
I don't know if that exists in Australia. I, is it ZELL?
Okay.
I
Well,
haven't heard of it.
I
Do
could
you know? Have you heard of WISE?
I think so, but more of a WYZE.
Yeah, WIZISE, WISE, as in wisdom.
Okay.
It's a wise choice to use
Okay.
it
No,
because
I
it's got
haven't heard
low
of that.
fees. I have a US bank
Because it's got
account.
low what?
A low. It's
Okay.
got low transaction fees. Like the cost is very low to use it. I have a US bank account through Wise, so you could literally set up a direct debit transfer or whatever that's called in the US,
Mm-hmm.
and that would go
Yeah.
in there.
Do you know if I could schedule it so that, because what I do with
Your bank
my
can
office
schedule it,
rent,
then yes, yes,
yeah. So I've got my rent is scheduled to go on the first, and I don't even think about it, right? It goes for
yeah.
the duration of my lease, and it just comes right out, and they tell me it's coming, and I'm like, okay, cool. So that would work if we could do it that way. So I really
Yeah.
don't feel it. That was, yeah. So okay.
So if your bank,
So
yeah, if your bank
how,
allows you to set
okay.
up automatic payments from your end, not from my end, then it will work.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
And
that would
there
be
are some
fun.
really beautiful people in there. So you will be number 13, which is like it's a great number. um, you will be, yeah. We have some very spiritual women in there and one man. And then there are a couple that are more on the still corporate, helping with marketing and LinkedIn, but they still have a sensitivity, of what it, but purpose for them is not in the spiritual realm, but there's a lot. So you will resonate with quite a few. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you said the deadline is October 13th?
I think so. I will give you access. I'm keeping everything in a Google folder. So there's a timeline in there.
Okay.
Um, I'm in a different one right now. Thereabouts. So it's 4 weeks from, it's 4 weeks from now, because I can, if you come in the last, you should have a few extra days, because I can't read everything all at once anyway. So yeah, let me see. So you're no longer house sitting now? Are you living with your husband? Is that, oh, I can't even remember.
My mom.
Your mom, oh, that's right. It's like because I didn't, when you said we, I'm like, who, I can't remember who we is. And, the default is to go to a partner, but it's your mom. Beautiful.
Mhm.
14th of October is the submission.
Okay. Okay, great. Is that a
Amazing.
Tuesday?
So we brainstormed your outline. Yeah, so we brainstormed your outline. We're clear on what you're offering them, because that's really important to me. This is a marketing expense for you, for your business. So what is it that comes after the publication of the book? We'll have a launch party on the 21st where everybody's inviting their communities, and the authors get an opportunity to share a little bit of who they are, and then also make an invitation. And
So
I'll have to
it's
see how we
kind
do
of
that
like an
without a time.
ongoing.
Sorry. I think we have, like, there's a little bit of a delay,
It's,
right? So we keep talking at the same time. Sorry. You go now.
I mean, it's kind of like an ongoing conference,
In what? How
the
do you mean?
book.
The book? I guess.
Well, because it kind of feels like, right? So when we were both at Catherine Yarborough's online conference in
Yes.
November, and so it's kind of like that, where you share what you have to share, and then you also have an offering. And so
Exactly.
as a book, it's an ongoing concept that way.
You're right. Yes. And if people keep sharing the book, then you keep being in front of new people. Yes. I'll just share that's the book cover that we landed on. So
Okay.
yeah, you can see that. I can only see myself right now. I'll hide it again. There we go. But yeah, it's the book cover.
I didn't see it
Oh,
because it's your
oh,
picture's
it was
frozen.
spinning, was it? Okay, let me bring it up again. Let me know when you can see it.
It's a pretty picture of you.
No,
Oh, there
that's
it
not it.
is.
I'm sharing the picture of the
There
book.
you are.
You can see it now?
Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
It looks like quartz in the back, soft background.
Quartz. Oh, quartz. Yeah, it's I think it's came from a marble background. And I love the golden lines, and it's almost like ley lines and connections. You can interpret a lot into it.
Mm-hmm. Nice. It's lovely.
Yeah, thank you. All right. So next steps. I will. Can you please share your WhatsApp number with me? Do you use WhatsApp?
I have a text number, but I don't have a WhatsApp.
Okay, because we use WhatsApp as the group communication channel.
Okay.
So
Will
maybe
that
you
work
can.
through a normal text?
So you can download it from onto your phone, the WhatsApp app, and then yes, you use your phone number, your cell phone number, as the number for WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe once you've done that, you can send me a message with it and I'll add you to the group. Or no, I think you need to have WhatsApp first before I'll add you, otherwise it might not work. Do that.
Okay. And so how do I find you on WhatsApp?
I'll find you once you send me your number. It's easier because I know what I'm doing, so you don't have to figure it out. I'll find you.
So should
Yeah,
I
in
just
fact,
email you then with my
yeah,
WhatsApp
just give me
number?
your number now. Then me and emails are not best friends. That's why I use WhatsApp.
So my cell phone number,
Yeah.
is that what you want?
Yes, please.
Is 720
720
725
725
7447.
7447. Perfect. And I've got your email address because we've booked this call. Okay, I will just let me know. Now, what I will do is I will send you an invoice with my US bank details, and then
Okay.
you let me know what you've decided. I'll just make it, if I can, make the due date in a year's time. And then you just tell me what you're deciding and what you've set up once you've kind of, done the numbers in your head or on paper. So I leave
Right.
that up to you. Yes. And
Okay.
then I'll add you to the calendar invites and all of the other things. So you'll get calendar invites for
Okay.
the meetings and an invite to the Google Drive.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then
so
I
I'll send you an
imagine that I
email
would
with a
just
few
up.
things.
Okay.
Probably tomorrow. Yeah, I've got a busy day.
Yeah.
All right, then. Well, I'm excited. I feel like what you're bringing is unique. I think it will get some interest. The one thing to think about is because Walt Disney is essentially an entrepreneur when he started, and then he created a corporation out of what he started. So how does that work as an example? That was one of my thoughts, because he initially started as an entrepreneur and then it became a corporation. Same with Steve Jobs, really. But there will be a way that you can make that work. And
Well, we could do Andrew Carnegie as well.
okay.
Or can we do John Johnson? John Johnson was the founder of Ebony Magazine and Jet Magazine and all of those amazing magazines for alternative cultures. That's not the
Mhm.
right word. But I'm not so sure about his journey, but I know Andrew Carnegie created corporation. The famous quote for him was, "I spent the first half of my life making my money, and I'm going to spend the second half of my life giving it all away."
Mhm. Mm. With all of these,
So
actually, what just came to me is they're going from calling to corporate rather than from corporate to calling.
right,
So, but they still ended up in corporate, but it came out of a calling. So it's just something to be mindful of, that it actually is an example for what we're saying. Corporate being a representation of the straitjacket that you experienced. And they started with a dream and it became a corporation. So how do
right.
we make it work? I'm sure there's a way, but the question is how.
Right.
I
Okay.
mean,
So these are
potentially
more
it could be when it became a corporation, it wasn't no longer just their dream. There were other things that they had to suddenly consider. When I go into business, suddenly you have to do bookkeeping. that I didn't sign up for that. I signed up for doing, for working with authors and helping them get their stories out. So maybe that's where the challenge of the sensitive comes in. But then you're talking about
Okay.
how does a sensitive run a business? Anyway, I'll leave that for you to ponder.
Yeah.
Because essentially
Yeah.
your journey
Okay.
is that your journey qualifies you to be in this book. And then the examples you draw on to support your journey and to support the dilemma of somebody to be all of who they are. Maybe you even bring in these examples of these sensitives that have created their own thing as an example of not a corporation, but as an example of the calling.
Right. Like actually, would it be appropriate to kind of stray away from the business historics and kind of go into like Mozart or Eleanor Roosevelt? Because they absolutely followed their calling. And Eleanor
Yeah.
Roosevelt, in my opinion, is a really good example because she did work within the rules. And I
Mhm.
mean, being a first lady and working at the United Nations, those are some pretty hefty organizations.
Yes,
Um,
exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Look, you will know, you will figure it out. I just want to make sure that the example, that the people fit the example that you want them to fit. And if not, like just feel into it. You have your story as your through line, and then how do they come in as examples of living authentically, potentially, and how do they navigate the corporate while staying true to themselves, potentially.
okay,
Yeah. All
right.
right. Thank you for reaching out and for hearing the call. I'm excited to continue collaborate with you in this way. I'm very excited and
It'll be
hoping that it
fun.
will give you the visibility and attract more clients. But I do feel there's a resonance with you and some of the people in the group, so there'll definitely be deeper connections to be made. Yeah,
Good, good. I look forward to it.
beautiful.
Thank you,
All right,
Crystal.
Laura, have a good night. Bye.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.